Hi everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new here, or welcome back if you're a returning viewer or subscriber. Today's video is a very exciting one, but also one that I've been putting off because, you'll find out why. In today's video, I'm going to be allowing a random number generator to pick my next read, which basically means that absolutely anything on this little TBR shelf here, which has many books on it, could be chosen, which includes an 850 page fantasy book. It also doesn't include books that are under 200 page contemporaries. So the range of things we could possibly get is huge. The way this is going to work is going to let the number generator pick the book, and then I will read that book throughout the week or throughout the rest of the week because I want to get this video up ASAP. You'll see me either suffer or thrive depending on the length of the book and how much I end up enjoying it. Those are two contributing factors as to whether this video will be a success in my eyes or not. If it's a success in your eyes, then I will be very happy to sacrifice myself again, make another one of these videos. So basically I've got 3 shelves here full of books. I'm going to first of all let the number generator choose between numbers 1 and 3, and that will tell us which shelf we're working on. And then from there I'm going to count how many books are on the shelf and put in that number into the generator, and then it will tell me which book on that shelf I have to read. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert some clips basically talking you through what each shelf is, and then there's no more putting it off. We have to begin. So this is the bookshelf that we are facing, and these are the 3 possible shelves that the random number generator can pick from. If you've watched my video where I went through every single book that's on my physical TBR, then you would already know kind of how this is laid out, but basically I guess we start from the bottom maybe. So this bottom shelf has my journals and colouring books over here, but then this bit here has mostly chunky fantasy books, but we've also got a dystopian, a sci-fi, and a kind of mystery. But yeah, that is that one. That's the shelf that I'm most scared of. But if the random number generator chooses the shelf, then this is the shelf that we shall be picking from. Up here is kind of a continuation of that one, but kind of more paperback. Then we go on into YA kind of fantasies, I guess, and then some random contemporaries. We've got a memoir. I've got a kind of contemporary book here. These are kind of random. Midnight Sun. I've also got 2 Eve Babbitt's books there because they don't fit on the shelf above. So yeah, that's a slightly less scary shelf, but still mildly terrifying. Up here is where the majority of the books are kept, as you can tell. These are in stacks that kind of make a bit more sense. So over here, this stack is all fantasy and dystopian paperbacks. This one over here is contemporary and literary fiction books. And then over here, this is the romance stack with happy hour on top, simply because it should go on the stack that doesn't fit. And then over here we've got more random books, 2 historical fictions, a mystery and a thriller, and then up on the top bit here we've got my Kindle, and I've got 3 other books. I've got The Vanishing Half, One True Loves by Challenging As Read, and Just Kids by Patti Smith. Contemporary, romance, thriller. Not thriller, what am I talking about? Memoir. But yeah, these are the 3 that we could be choosing from. Let's see which one it's going to be. Okay, so now you've seen the shelves, you know what we're up against. I'm going to screen record so you guys can see that there's no cheating. I'm so stressed, but it's going to be fine. Everything's fine. There are 3 shelves. We're going to insert that number here and then press generate. Shelf 1. Okay. So that's eliminated some of the very scary thick fantasy books that I have, but this top shelf does have fantasy on it, and it also has many books. Alright, so I apologise for this dodgy looking lighting and this strange angle, but I'm having to kneel because that is what we're working with, because this is one of the mini billies. But yeah, these are all the books on the top shelf. These are all the books that I could possibly read. I've got a couple of rules for this, just because there are some books that I want to save for videos. I also really don't want to read a sequel in this video because I think that'd be really boring for you to be watching. So I can't read any of this stack because these are all sequels or books that I want to read after I've read another series. But I could read either of these bottom 2. I obviously can't read the 3rd book in this series, but if I land on that, then I'll just read the one before. I don't want to read Beautiful World, Where Are You? Because I'm doing a individual 1 book focused reading vlog on that book already, and I have that planned to film because I've done that for the rest of Sally Rooney's books. This is my bad side, so please ignore my face. But yeah, I could read all of these. I couldn't read this. This is the 3rd book in a series which I don't actually own the 2nd book for yet, but I will be getting to that eventually, and I will be doing an individual 1 book focused reading vlog on it. If it lands on book lovers, then I have to choose You and Me on Vacation because I want to read Emily Henry's books in publication order. It's just a stupid thing that I've got going for myself. Obviously not going to read a Kindle book because I think that again would be boring to watch. So yeah, now's the bit where we do the horrible thing. It could be really good. I could find a new favourite from this video. I haven't actually explained why I'm doing this video yet, but it's basically because, as you've seen from my video where I mentioned every single book that's on my physical TBR, I have a lot of books to get through. It's just a little bit stressful, but we're tackling it, and I thought this was a fun way to tackle it, do it in a way which forces me to read something that I might not otherwise have picked up immediately, and also is entertaining for you, hopefully. I'm going to count how many books I have on the shelf, and then I'm going to enter that number into the generator. There are 38 books on this bookshelf, excluding this first like stack of fantasies just because they're all together and I thought it would make sense to skip them. Oh my gosh, I've forgotten how many I said there were. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me just having to rewatch my clip so that I could figure out how many books are actually on this TBR. 38 books. Wait, let's screen record real quick. 38. Okay, moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. 23. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay. Okay, we can do this. Wait, this is actually so fun because I don't know. Hang on, I'll get into this in a second. Let me just get the book out. So the random number generator did its thing and it has selected a book for us to read, and that is You and Me on Vacation. Let's do it again. You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry, otherwise known as People We Meet on Vacation, because for some reason the UK edition has a different title from the US one. I'm not sure why, but yes, this is the book we will be reading. If you didn't know already, I have a very strange relationship with Emily Henry's books because I've bought them all before having read even one of them, because I was just certain that I'd enjoy her books because they were basically romances, but like very well written, kind of almost like a literary fiction. I was really excited to read her books. I thought they'd be maybe not new favourites overall, but new favourites within the romance genre. I decided to read them in publication order, and I read Beach Read a couple months ago, and I suppose you could say I hated it. But I've heard that if you didn't like Beach Read, you tend to enjoy this book. But the problem is, and the kind of like query I'm having, is that when I read Beach Read, the things I disliked about it were not the common things that people dislike about it. I picked out things within it that I haven't really heard other people talk about. So I don't know whether this book will actually be like a win for me, simply because I didn't enjoy her first book. I wanted to give it a go. I also love this cover. It's my favourite of the 4 books that are out. I think it's so cute. I love the colours and the picture and everything like that. And yeah, I'm really excited to read this book. I remember taking quite a while to get through Beach Read. 350 pages, we can do it. I think my current guess at what this rating will be is probably around a 3.5 stars. But I'm hoping to enjoy more than that. I'm also hoping that I will not dislike it as much as I did Beach Read, which I've actually since on hold. I think it's highly unlikely. The issue was not Emily Henry's writing, it was like specific themes in plot and character and things like that that I didn't get on with. If you want to hear about that, you can watch my wrap up for the month that I read Beach Read, because I went in depth of every single thing that I disliked about it. That's the book we'll be reading for this video. I'm really excited, but also slightly nervous, but also kind of glad that I didn't get an 800-page book, but also this probably is one of the longest ones. That could have been on that top shelf, but whatever. It's gonna be good. Okay. Let's get to reading. So I just read the prologue of, is it the prologue? What is it? Like the prologue, yeah. And I wanted to give you my thoughts on it, but I've just realised that I didn't actually tell you anything of like what this book's actually about, so I thought we would do that now before I get into my initial thoughts. I'll read the back because I feel like that would be the easiest way to explain this, because I'm still kind of confused, honestly, on the premise, but whatever. 12 summers ago, Poppy and Alex meet. They hate each other and they're pretty confident they'll never speak again. 11 summers ago, they're forced to share a ride home from college, and by the end of it, a pact is formed every year, one vacation together. 10 summers ago, Alex discovers his fear of flying. Poppy holds his hand the whole way. 7 summers ago, they get far too drunk and narrowly avoid getting matching tattoos in New Orleans. 2 summers ago, it all goes wrong. This summer, Poppy asks Alex to join her on one last trip. Could this trip make them realise that they're not just friends after all? So I think what we have here is like a classic friends to lovers. We were really like close in the past, and then like gradually it became too close, if you know what I mean? It's like crossing over into something new. And then 2 summers ago, everything goes wrong and something happens that means that they don't keep in touch for the following years. Then we cut to the present timeline where Poppy is asking Alex to join her on a trip. So they're going on holiday together. I'm not sure why, and I'm not sure what has happened those 2 years ago, but I guess we'll find that out. The prologue covers a summer 5 years ago, so that's what we've got. And in that, they were like getting on very well, and you got like a good little introduction to their personalities, particularly to Alex's, because it was Poppy who was telling the story, and she was kind of like telling us about what he's like. So far, I literally already prefer him over Gus in Beach Read. So far so good, but I'm literally 13 pages into it. That is the current mood. But yeah, I'm really excited to keep going. I have a good feeling about this one that I like pretty quickly got rid of when I read Beach Read. So I think this could be a fun read. I don't know, let's see. Hi everyone, so today is a new day, it's the next day. I only managed to read 2 chapters chapters of this book last night, but I'm just enjoying it like I said I was. It matches my outfit, which is something I thought I'd show because I think it's cute, and I also will have hopefully posted an Instagram photo of this book like with this outfit because I just think it went really well. I'm in a pink mood. I saw this top in my closet and I decided it could be fun. But anyway, I'm going to town today. I'm going to look around for a top because I'm going to an Arctic Monkeys concert in like 14 days or something, which is just insane. And I don't have an outfit for it, so I'm going to have a look if I can find a top or a dress or something along those lines to wear for it. And while I'm there, I'm going to kill some time by reading in a coffee shop or something. And this is the book that I shall be reading. So I thought I'd take you along on this day. I'm not sure how many clips I will get, but I'll do my best. This is my outfit of the day. Yeah, I thought I'd show you it's cute. Yeah, like I said, I found this top in the back of my wardrobe, more drawers or whatever, and I just thought it's fun and it's a bit like spring summery, and it's meant to be like quite a warm day today. So basically this top is from H&M. So are the trousers actually. The top is from Gap, I think. It's like a vest top. Let me zoom you in. But yeah, I wore this top to see Tone Parlour at like a festival, but I haven't worn it outside the festival, and I always thought it'd be really cute summer top, like regardless. I'm sorry about this backlighting. Trousers are just like tailored black trousers. I love these a lot. And then this really cute vest, which is actually my mum's. I steal it all the time. Pink top with my pink shelf. It's not actually a pink shelf, it's just like a genre of books, and they all seem to be kind of pink, which is kind of fun. This is the top in better lighting. Love it. And these are the trousers. And this is my makeup. I need to stop procrastinating and leave the house. That's all I have to say. Oh, and by the way, the reason why I didn't read... Why is my fringe out of control? Whatever, I'll fix it later. The reason why I didn't read more of You and Me on Vacation last night is because I was finishing this book, which is called The Yellow Kitchen. I needed to finish the last like 30 pages, so I finished that last night, and then I was exhausted for some reason and I went to bed, and it was actually really good I was exhausted because I naturally woke up at 6:30 today, which is a little bit disgusting. But yeah, finished that. I can solely dedicate my time to the Emily Henry book. Now, let's go into town. I've hit the 100-page mark and You and Me on Vacation. I can't say this title. So I thought it was time to give you a little update. I literally love it. Like, it's everything that I thought, hoped beach read would be, but wasn't. And it's just immaculate. It's so good. I'm loving it so much. I love the characters. I love the dynamic between them. I love the flashbacks. I love the individual scenes. I love the banter. I love everything. And I'm just thriving basically. So I'm about a third of the way through. I'm on page 107 and it's just so good. It's currently sitting probably at like a 4.5 stars if I had to rate it like in this moment immediately, but I'm hoping that it could be a 5, fingers crossed, or at least like a 4 because it's just everything. It's so fun. We're basically flashing back between the current summer and then summers in the past. So they're going on a trip. They've already like started on the trip. They've just arrived at the place they're staying at, and in the past they're on trips like throughout the summer. So it's kind of like this like parallel timeline between something that happened like 10 years ago and then something that's happening like now in the moment, and it's just perfect. Basically I've been reading outside in the sun, having some iced coffee, gonna have some drinks later, and life's good. I'll check in with you a bit later. I also wanted to say that I think the reason why I'm saying it's not like a 5 right now is just because when I'm not reading it, I don't have an overwhelming urge and I want to pick it up. But when I do read it, I'm like, this is amazing, I don't want to stop. That's the current vibe. So good. The overwhelming like response to this book of people who don't like it is people saying it's boring. There is nothing boring about this book. Like 100 pages in and it's fine. I'm really, really hoping that it continues being the way it is because I'm thriving, honestly. It's so good. Peace out. Okay besties, it's update time. Please ignore my appearance. I'm not putting on any makeup today, like I just refuse. We are on page 236. Things are happening. It's going down. We're finally like, okay, let me just break this down for you. So basically, we're having the current timeline, we're having the flashback timeline. The flashback timeline I found out is actually going down in like the time span between the present timeline. The time span between the present timeline and the past timeline is like gradually getting smaller. So we've had like 12 years ago, 11 years ago, 10 years ago, and then we just read 5 years ago, was it? Yeah, 5 summers ago. And then I just read a current chapter, and the current chapter, like, it's getting real. Things are happening. Like I've been saying, it's just, it's so good. Like I still think it's a 4.5. It will be about the ending, I think, as to whether it stays there or whether it goes up to a 5 or whether it even drops. But like right now it's like a pretty solid 4.5. I've got like 120 something pages left, and I've got it in my head that I want to finish this by Wednesday. It's Monday today, just because I want to put this up as my Wednesday video. My final deadline for having to finish it before I'd have to like do the edit is Wednesday morning, because I don't have plans on Wednesday, which is stunning. So I need to like edit on Wednesday. So do you think I can do it? I think I can do it. I think I'm gonna read like, I mean ideally, I don't know, 275 today maybe.
Not recommended from you guys, that was on my story, but Barnes didn't have majority of them, so I'm either gonna have to get them on Kindle or order them on Amazon.
Oh my gosh. I look like I haven't moved. I have. I've got lunch and done some productive things on my day. Why do I, what is this? No. Okay, basically had like a revelation. So at the back of this book it's like promoting book lovers and beach read. I was like, I actually don't really like remember what book lovers is about, because I've read beach read but I haven't read book lovers because I'm reading it. Beach read, people we meet on vacation, book lovers, and then I'll read Happy Place if everything's going well. Anyways, I was reading the little description about book lovers, and it says that the FMC is a literary agent, the MMC is an editor, so they work in the book world. And that is one of the things I didn't like about book lovers. Book lovers? Beach read. So I actually wonder if another reason why I'm getting on with this book so well is because I really like the careers of the two main characters. Alex is a teacher. I think he teaches secondary school, but I could be wrong. Poppy, she works for like a travel magazine. So what she does is she like writes the articles. She's like a travel journalist basically, which is like a really cool career, and I'm really enjoying that. It's also not something that like, you know, sometimes like people write about like someone who works on the internet, so like whether they're like an Instagrammer or like just an influencer anyway, you can just tell that they don't know anything about the actual career and they just seem so out of touch with it. This book is not like that at all, and so I think, yeah, I just wanted to say perhaps that's why I'm enjoying it more. And it's annoying because I had like high hopes for book lovers, but now I'm kind of like, maybe I won't like it, or maybe like, I don't know, it won't be like a perfect book just because I don't like characters who work in the book industry, which is so funny because I literally have a degree in publishing. Maybe that's why, because I know like a lot about that world. I also find it's like something really cringe about like an author writing about that because it's like too meta. I don't know. Right, I'm gonna go and read this book and stop discussing things that I can't explain. I've been leaning on my cheek, so ignore that. But hi, it's me again. I feel like I'm being really annoying just by like turning up every 5 seconds, but that is literally the point of a vlog. So hello. This is so bad. Basically, I'm gonna show you a line in this book because there's just these little moments, and they're not even like absolutely like earth-shatteringly swoon worthy, but they're just like, I just melt. So at this moment in time, Poppy is sick and Alex is looking after her, and it says, at night though, when Alex is lying on the far side of my bed, I stay awake for hours listening to his uneven breath, feeling like we're two magnets trying desperately to draw together. Like, so cute, but like so soft and real, you know? Stunning. This is just like, I can't even explain how much better this is than Beach Read was. Okay, someone is gonna have to let me know why a literal smut scene made me cry, and not in the way that the smut scene in Spanish Love Deception made me cry out of literal like, what the heck is this? This was beautiful. It's so, like, I also am aware of how literally hideous I look today, so ugly crying is probably not gonna help on that front, but oh my gosh. It's like the connection between these two is just like, it's 12 years of friendship, that's the thing. I just want to go and like sob. Okay, I'm gonna go and pull myself together and read some more and then come back to you when I've got some more thoughts. This is honestly just proof that the friends to lovers trope is the superior one. I love this book. I'm seriously considering a 5-star. Right, I'm gonna go. It's a new day. It's another... I thought someone was outside. It's a new day. It's another band team, but this time it's my faves. Now I feel really bad saying that because like Inhaler are my faves, but like The Strike's my fave, Savannah's my fave, Inhaler's my fave. You know, I got so many faves, but like Arctic Monkeys, which is what this shirt is, if you can't tell, are just like in a category of their own. I'm hoping to post a video on Wednesday, so the following Wednesday I'm seeing them in concert. And I feel like sick to my core about it because it's just like insanely cool. I'm so fortunate to have the tickets, but it's one of those things I just want to have like the build up to forever and ever and ever, because once it's over, I mean, it's so hard to get concert tickets that like the possibility of like never getting them again is a thing. Realistically, as long as they like keep touring or whatever, I will see them again, so it's fine. Everything's fine. That is not even why I'm here to speak to you. We're having another no makeup day, so ignore my face if you can. You and me on vacation. I literally can't say this title. It's partly because it's long, it's partly because US titles are a different thing, and I'm just so used to listening to American people talk about this book. People we meet on vacation. People we meet on vacation. Never you and me on vacation. What the heck is that? I think it was like pen on my book. Okay. You and me on vacation. I'm on page 285, which means I've got under 100 pages. I've got like 80 pages left, and it's just like stress. But like I do want to get this done as well, and I don't really know what's gonna happen in these last 80 pages. I guess things like kind of get figured out because at this point in the present timeline they have hooked up, so I guess now's the reality of it. And also we haven't yet hit the chapter where things went wrong in the past, like 2 years ago. I've got 3 chapters until we get to that bit. I honestly think their conflict will literally just be that they kissed or something like that, and then it kind of made things a bit weird between them because they were friends and they kind of crossed the line. I don't think it's going to be something massive drama, but I could be completely wrong. Obviously I'm not going to tell you really what it's about, so that I'm keeping to the no spoiler thing that I've promised you. So it's Tuesday today. I want to get this video up tomorrow, so I'm seeing Arctic Monkeys in a week and a day. That's sickening. I just temporarily went blind. I want to get this up tomorrow, which means I need to finish this book by this evening, or like tomorrow morning, as in like tonight. I need to like binge it. So I think I'm gonna get a lot of reading done today. If I read like 50 pages, then I could read the last like 20 tonight. I don't know, we'll see what I do, but I do need to get it finished because I really do want to get this video up on Wednesday, and I need to obviously edit it and everything. So I'm gonna go read. Okay, you know I said I can't imagine what the third act conflict would be. Maybe it's just like the stuff in the past. There's been a third act conflict and I'm struggling because I'm scared that there's not going to be any communication between them. We've only just found out what the thing is that's like gonna set them off, but like I just can like predict the ending of this book, which I guess it's a romance book so you kind of can do that anyway, but like they're not going to communicate with each other, then it's going to come to a head and then they're going to have a little fight and then they'll realise that they both actually really love each other and it was just like a misunderstanding and then they'll be fine. Wish me luck, but it's not exactly as I predict. So it turns out that they were actually very good at communicating, but what I thought was the third act conflict was actually just a tiny issue that got solved immediately, and the actual third act conflict has happened and I'm just like I can see why it's happening, but at the same time, oh, it's just so annoying, isn't it? I don't know. The chapter I'm up to now is exciting because it's the one that's going to tell us about what happened 2 years ago when things all went wrong, so I'm going to go read that now. Besties, I only have the epilogue left. It's like 3 pages, you can't even see it, but oh my gosh. Like there was a point in this last chapter, I was like, I'm so annoyed at these people. Like I don't think it's gonna affect my rating, but like, or maybe it will like it a little bit, but like, oh my gosh. I know there's so much baggage and like it's so difficult committing to changing like 12 years of friendship, but like, oh my gosh. It was like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And like the communication was really good. They just couldn't like get down to the bottom of the problem. But I think we're finally there. The epilogue hopefully will make me feel calmer about the situation because I hope these people have a long life together because this has been rough, honestly. I'm gonna stay up there so you can watch me read the epilogue. Okay, I'm also too hot. It's because I'm getting all worked up because it's so frustrating. Okay, let's read the epilogue. Oh my gosh, it's just been one of those moments. The title explains itself, but I don't think I can tell you because I think it's going to spoil a plot point. It doesn't work as well. What am I trying to say? It doesn't work as well in the UK title. It's like a play on words of the people we meet on vacation, but it was one of those cool moments when you kind of almost saw the title in the book. Not quite, but almost. Why can't I? Okay, whatever, we'll just leave it here. Besties, I almost hit up again. I'm gonna go and then give you my final thoughts in a second, but yes, book is finished. Let's go. The idea of putting on makeup is just so not on the cards for me, but I'm going to put on some lip balm for you. I'm gonna try like not look as crusty as possible, but yeah, I do want to film the outro so that I can get this video up and tell you my final and full thoughts and my rating and everything like that. So let me just go get the book first of all. Would probably be a good idea. So I did just finish You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry, which is my second Emily Henry book after Beach Read, which I don't even have on my shelves anymore. I read this book, finished it, and I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. It just wasn't a 5-star. I think there was just like some slight moments in it and I was just like, no. And I think in order for a book to be a 5-star, even if I don't agree with what the character's doing, other aspects of it have to be perfect. I really like the characters in this. I really like this plot. I love the story. I love the travel aspect of it. And I even love the complications that come from like transitioning from a friendship into a romance, even though that was slightly annoying at points. But it just wasn't all round like perfect for me. I'm just a fussy rating basically, and it just didn't feel like a 5-star. It's a 4.5, and that's an incredibly good rating from me. It was basically perfect, and I would recommend this to everybody, particularly people who love French lovers, because this is just like the ultimate one of those. It wasn't boring at any point, despite it being like quite a long book for a romance. It's like 360 pages. There was not a point where I felt like it really dragged. The complications do get a little bit frustrating towards the end, but it does make sense. I love how we kept switching back into the timeline in the past, because it changed up the story, because I think without that it would have got a little bit boring, because we would have just been like, should we not, do I actually have feelings, do I actually not, like, will I accept my feelings, will I not? As well as developing the characters and exploring their kind of dynamic, it also broke up the present timeline, which I appreciated. Like I said, I love the travel aspect of it. I love getting to see all the countries and all the people they met and everything like that. We also do just gotta say a really quick thank you to the Novel Generator for picking this book out, because it was one that I needed to get to. I was not feeling hugely enthusiastic about it, but having given Victory 2 stars and finding 4.5, shout out to the Random Novel Generator. I think I could do with its help some more. My TBR shelves are still too full. That is this book. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll happily do more of these in the future if I see it's something that you enjoy. Without further ado, I'm going to let you be from my bare face. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Bye bye.